Hey everyone, it's Zara, and I'm back to film a plan with me. This is going to be for the week of April 27th to May 3rd, and I'm using this kit from Wild Summer Designs called Let's Stay Home. It's a very neutral gray tone kit, which is a departure from the kit I used last week, which was, very bright and like springy. And so I bought this one a while ago, I think maybe in January or February, when she was having a sale. Usually when Wild Summer Designs has a sale, you can get her kits for very reasonably priced, very inexpensive. So yeah, it was just kind of fun to use this kit, just because all of the theming is very homey and cozy, and this was a week where we really just didn't do a whole lot. Just gonna start talking about Monday because there's like a couple of things. But so on Monday, I just started off by doing some laundry. The laundry sticker I used, like a stack of towels, is from Nikki Plus 3. And then I used work icons this week from Paper Bow Prints, who is no longer open. I used the stethoscopes, and then I alternated them with the pill icons, since I had just a couple of each remaining on the sheet. And then this day, so on Sunday night, our dog had a number of accidents, and that's just very unusual for her. She usually doesn't have any accidents. And so she had just been out recently, so it was just very odd. And so on Monday, we wanted to call the vet, and so I used another icon from Paper Bow Prints, just to mark down that we were going to call the vet, just to figure out if she had maybe a UTI or something else going on, because she had 3 accidents in one night, which is just super strange. So then my fiance ended up getting a urine sample and giving it to the vet, and they came back and said that she doesn't have a UTI, but basically in some spayed females, basically they can have incontinence issues, something to that effect. And so basically she's sometimes she'll just leak, is how they described it. And so they said we could try starting a hormone therapy for her and see if that works, that she just takes a couple days a week. And so we ended up starting her on that on Friday. And I don't know, so far she's been fine, but it's just weird because I don't know if we'll really notice a huge difference, because it's not like she has accidents every day, or, it's just kind of a random few and far between kind of a thing. But I figure, it's not very expensive. It's $20 a month to get her these pills. So we'll see, if she doesn't have any accidents in the future. But they were just kind of oh, it's just, it can just happen sometimes. So I used a Once More with Love, just kind of concerned looking munchkin, just to mark down the vet's results. And then afterwards we took her for a walk, because the night before we had made her sleep in the kennel because we weren't sure if she was going to keep having accidents, and she really didn't like that. And I think I ended up caving at 2 or 3 a.m. and just letting her come back in the room and just hoping for the best. And so I used this shoe sticker from Exo Mama Plans to mark that we took her for a walk, and just kind of treated her nice this night, just because it's not her fault when you're not feeling good, or when you have an accident that's beyond your control. So and then this night, for the movie that we were watching, we watched 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and I used a Flotsam Jetsam sticker from Once More with Love, from the Little Mermaid sheet. So then on to Tuesday, I had to start off the morning by calling Disney. This was my day off, and so I had to call Disney because there was a problem with my tickets downloading into the app for our rebooking. And so like our hotel showed up, but our tickets didn't. And so I just wanted to make sure I got that fixed. And so I used a Maleficent sticker to mark that in, partially because she matched and partially because it was a little bit fitting, just, the app conspiring against me or something. But then I played some Sims 4 and I used a computer sticker from the Hummingbird Planner. I booked a couple of restaurants this day, or maybe I just booked one. And so I used some little shoe stickers, bunny shoe stickers from Once More with Love from the same sheet as the Maleficent, the Sleeping Beauty sheet. And then I had like just a really relaxing bath, and I used the sticker from Zona Paperie to mark that in. I'm not sure if her shop is still open. I feel like the last time I tried to look for her shop or tag her on Instagram, I'm pretty sure she didn't show up at all. So she might not be open anymore. And then this night we watched Davy Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier. And I used this raccoon sticker from, it might be from the Sleeping Beauty sheet too. I used a lot of different, various animal sidekicks to mark down some of our movies this week that didn't really have a, specific sticker for them in my collection. So then moving on to Wednesday. Wednesday, my fiance woke up early and we played this new, video game that he had gotten us, called Moving Out. It's a lot of fun. Not as much fun. It's from the same makers as a game called Overcooked that we really enjoyed. So I think it's from the same makers. I still like Overcooked better, but this one's fun as well to play. And then I just marked down that he drove me to work, because, that's just kind of fun and special. And I just used some hexagons from the kit to mark that in, just kind of layered over top. Then I marked down work again with the paper bow prints icon. And then while I was at work, I was texting my sister, just kind of bouncing ideas off of her for what to get my mom for Mother's Day, since that was coming up the next week. And so I used another icon from Paper Bow Prints, just to mark down that we were just kind of like making a list of things that we wanted to get our mom. And then after work, I bought some cards. So I bought Mother's Day cards and a birthday card for my grandma, since her birthday was the next week. And originally I intended to send those cards, but then I forgot, and as you'll see next week, we ended up doing a drive-by social distancing visit to my grandparents, just to say hi to them and kind of lift their spirits, because they were getting quite down with the quarantine and not being able to see people. So then that night I watched Lady and the Tramp, which I don't think I've seen that movie. I think I've seen it when I was younger, but I haven't seen it in years, and so it felt very new and fresh to me, if that makes sense. And so that was really cute. And then I used a Rory's Sweet Addiction tramp sticker from a Tsum Tsum sheet. And then I marked down doing my nails with the nail polish icon from Purple Bunny Prints, but it was a little tall, so I ended up just kind of trimming down the top and making it a little bit stubbier of a nail polish. So then moving on to Thursday. Thursday I was planning out our Disney dates, basically arranging what days I wanted our Disney dates to be, which I think I've mentioned before. We were supposed to go on a Disney trip the upcoming week we would have left for it. Obviously, it got canceled with everything going on. Originally, we were really hopeful that we would still get to go, and yeah, it didn't happen. But I thought, why not still, do some of the things, eat some of the things that we would have been doing, even though it's going to be at home. And so basically I planned out things for us to do each day that would relate to things that we would have actually done. But then I had to move some of the days around because, on one day when I'm working until 9:00 at night, I'm not going to have time to make a really fancy dinner at the end of the night, and, just kind of things like that. moving things around so they worked with our schedules. So it wasn't necessarily exactly to the day that we would have been at Animal Kingdom, or exactly to the day that we would have been having dinner on the boardwalk, but just tried to arrange them with our schedule, and they were all things that we would have been doing anyways, if that makes sense. Regardless, hopefully it'll make sense when I plan the next week and the week after, and talk to you all about them. And so then I also was making a big shopping list because I wanted to go to the grocery store on Friday, and I ended up making 2 shopping lists, one for this Friday and then one for the next Friday, just because I had all of the recipes planned out for our Disney week, and I knew a lot of the stuff wouldn't keep for 2 weeks in our fridge, so I knew I'd have to go to do another grocery run anyways the next week. And then that pencil sticker is from Exo Mama Plans. I also booked a couple of more restaurants for our rescheduled Disney trip this day, and I thought it was fitting I used the chef from The Little Mermaid to mark that in. And then this night we watched The African Lion, which was like a nature documentary from Disney in the 60s. And so I used Rafiki to mark that in, just because my lion stickers wouldn't have matched super well with all of the grays, and I thought it was still, quite fitting. Then I marked down work, and I marked down some reading as well. The reading sticker is from Exo Mama Plans. Then on to Friday. I marked down editing a video, and I used a laptop sticker from Paper Bow Prints. I also marked down work the same way, and then I also marked down that my dog started her medication this day with a little pill icon from Caline Creates. And then this day I went on a big grocery shopping run, and so I used a grocery cart icon from Once More with Love. And grocery shopping nowadays sometimes is a little scary, just because there's so many people in the grocery stores, I feel like, compared to like a month ago when more people were staying home or trying to do, trying to lessen their impact. And so trying to, get in and out as fast as I can. And then this night we ended up ordering, I think this was the night we ordered the date night special from one of the restaurants in town. It was basically like a really nice, fancy, like actual what you'd get if you went to like a nice dinner. So my fiance had like a pecan and blue cheese like steak, and then I had the best chicken cordon bleu in my entire life. And it was just like super fancy, and we each had like a salad and then like these really fancy desserts, and it was delicious. And it was all hot and ready. You like picked it up and then took it home, and then basically have your own date night at home. So I used a steak sticker from Hazel Sticker to mark that in. And then that night we watched Davy Crockett and the River Pirates, which was, part 2, or the sequel to the Davy Crockett we watched earlier in the week. So then moving on to Saturday. Saturday was my parents' dog's adoptiversary, and so I think we've had him for 5 years, maybe longer. But I have one of my custom stickers from Stationery Wonderland to mark that it was his adoptiversary, so it was just kind of special to treat him and say hi to him on FaceTime. So then moving on, I went to the post office this day, so I mailed out all of my Mother's Day stuff to my mom and my sister, and I was also mailing out some bridesmaid. Oh, that's what I was buying when I bought the cards, is I was also sending out gifts to like ask my friends or family to be bridesmaids, and so I had to send out those packages since I won't see any of them anytime soon. And then I watched Secrets of Life, which was another like nature documentary from Disney from the 60s. And then this day we we had our Mexico date, and so I basically just put in a little checklist to mark down a couple of the things that we did, because I couldn't mark down everything with the space provided. But it's like we did like a salsa dancing lesson on YouTube, and we had fried ice cream, and I think we had fajitas this night. And then we watched La Misma Luna, which is one of my favorite movies. When I was in Spanish class in high school, that's like the only movie we ever watched. And so I've seen it, a number of times, but it's been years. Well, the only problem is that we bought it on like YouTube video or something like that, Google Play or something. And apparently it just doesn't come with subtitles when you buy it online. And so, we should have just bought the DVD, but we didn't know that they wouldn't have subtitles. And so we basically just had to try to get as much as we could out of the movie from context clues and what little Spanish we remembered. Because my fiance, he took Spanish in college, so he has a little bit better Spanish knowledge than I do. So I just used this like wild-eyed munchkin to mark that in, that it was a little bit much. Then on to Sunday, I played The Sims, so I used a laptop sticker from Paper Bow Prints, and then we FaceTimed with his family, just because they had gotten a new dog, and his sister wanted to show her off. I cleaned the house, and so I used a munchkin that was cleaning, and I also did my Roomba, so I used a Roomba sticker, or a vacuum sticker from Paper Bow Prints. I watched Perry, which was a movie about a squirrel, and then I had the world's best lasagna, which was so good. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I will just catch you in my next video. Bye!